vampire overtones. This is my character, who basically looks like Captain Kirk. He looks like Chris Pine.
Wow. Yes.
Don't you think?
Absolutely.
But, then pushed back into a kind of a British officer's uniform, stuck into the darkest recesses of somewhere magical and foreign, and then off we go. What I have not put in here are the weapon. This is a horde mode game, we should basically say, which is kind of, but instead of like just zombies or whatever, it's been given a kind of what's the word? I'm trying to think. Help me out here, Dave.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to think of the word too.
Like it's not quite Saturday morning matinee, kind of earlier than that. Like big British expeditionary adventuring sort of I guess what's closest to it recently, stuff like The Mummy, going to hot sandy places and encountering mysterious hidden evils that perhaps we shouldn't have disturbed.
Yes, exactly. Hidden evils is bang on the money. There's kind of like a sort of, Indiana Jonesy, kind of like archaeological sort of finds, exploring.
You're right, but it's more
mystic powers.
It goes back to what the stuff was, what influenced Indiana Jones. Like the original kind of turn of the century kind of Jules Verne-esque adventures, which became the basis of the Saturday morning serial shows, which then in turn did influence Indiana Jones. Look at this. Absolutely whacked this chicken.
You didn't.
Pow. I've got
and
points
there's
for
some good old cash coming out of that.
It's absolutely encouraging that sort of behaviour.
Well, I didn't do that at all.
And what I was going to say, was before I got onto the fact that it's a horde mode, as you'd expect, the fact that a horde game, as you'd expect, therefore, like a lot of your progression is about unlocking stuff and unlocking little boosts for it. So there was there's a weapon selection screen. I've got like a sort of a Winchester style kind of rifle going on at the moment. And there are like upgrade slots in your main weapons, and you can kind of drop in different like gems which give you different abilities, or like damage or reload, quickness, and everyone's got a second weapon as well, which in my case is like a little handgun in this run through. And I did, there are like, as we just saw there, like environmental kind of traps that you can trigger which smash up bad guys. Did you have much luck charging your amulet, Dave?
I did, actually, yeah. I started to get the hang of it. I don't know what you had as your like kind of amulet power, but mine was like a sort of a chained electricity kind of effect.
Pow, 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 pow. That's mine. I'd sort of get out my gun from my holster and I kind of quick fire off a bunch of rounds.
So we should point out that your amulet, I guess, is something that you wear. You can sort of equip different ones before you start the level.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's powered by, when you kill enemies, it's powered by that kind of blue, those blue orbs that
comes out of enemies.
But you don't. Kind of interestingly, especially in like a cooperative game like this, you don't just automatically charge your amulet by killing enemies. You have to collect the blue orbs.
It's like Hoover.
And like a Hoover, you hold down, I think it's R1,
vacuuming,
and it just sort of sucks them in. But look, you saw it there. Someone else did the vacuuming.
Yeah.
Or you'd killed everybody,
but I guess
someone else vacuumed it up, which is an interesting. I think it's an interesting kind of.
It could mean two things, couldn't it? It could mean, wait, Steve's got the best amulet power for the next bit. Let Steve get all the amulets.
That's what you want it to mean, definitely.
Or it could mean man from Rebellion who is playing with us has just hoovered up all of my amulet power, which is what happened in you know what I mean? Like someone's just scooting in and going, yep, I'll take that, thanks very much.
A well-oiled machine, a well-oiled machine team. Yeah, they'll be saying, right, look, we'll just shoot everyone. Steve, you keep sucking up all the blue, then use your amulet power because it's so powerful.
Look at that, bit of a Return of the Jedi action there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the kind of like the tone that lends like, which is the strongest thing about this game. I love adventuring in this kind of environment, and I love that lends itself to mystic powers, like we said, like the amulets and things, and also those environmental kind of
tricks and traps. You know,
exactly.
It's the whole kind of like Mummy's Lair kind of, like different tunes.
That really works for me. I think that's what gives Strange Brigade its kind of edge is that tone.
It's fun.
Exactly.
It's gallivanting. That was the word I was trying to think of earlier on.
Right.
Oh,
that's not the word I was thinking of, so that's good. Yeah, my amulet was like a sort of chained lightning attack, which I didn't get to grips with for the first sort of few minutes of playing.
What, Lost Ark style?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Man.
So I realised. I think because you get once your amulet is charged, you get a prompt to press circle.
Yeah.
Over an enemy's head.
It just always wants you to use it.
And that's the thing. At first, I was just shooting it on one single enemy. So
Right.
I'll use it. What's this do?
See,
That was it there. But there you go.
And down the stairs too. That's perfect, Dave.
Perfect.
Very much Indiana Jones.
Exactly.
I like that a lot. Well, what you were saying about the tone of this thing and how kind of in my exciting took you ages to do this, by the way. Everyone had to. There are.
It's because I got there first and no one was doing it. You were shooting, for example.
I think if I turn around, we'll find that you're.
So
there you are.
Yeah.
Hello, Dave.
No, it's because I was waiting for
I
you
leaned
guys.
over in the room and I said, Dave, please press R2.
I didn't hear you do that.
Well,
I literally was waiting for you guys to arrive. So then you were all shooting. So I thought, fine, I'll shoot them.
Yeah, the gallivanting, and they play up to it in the little kind of newsreel style thing we saw right up top. But also there is like a voiceover guy who kind of drops in, giving that kind of episodic, almost as if you were watching it like in the in an old cinema, in an old Odeon. On a Saturday morning before like an A picture, or like like maybe on TV, like when you woken up in the morning, if you're in the 50s, and it's got that kind of what's going to happen to our adventurers next? What will our heroes do now?
Yeah,
which I like.
I think it lends itself to replayability as well. That sort of like, oh, let's do the adventure, in the Amazon.
That's definitely
today. Oh, I fancy let's do the Amazon adventure again.
Yeah, if you're trying to get your head around what the game is doing, that's definitely what it's kind of aiming for. That kind of, there are, I guess, like zombies to a certain extent. Like COD zombies, like where there is fun in, like, it's quite hard to. It isn't about just getting through it one time and going, oh, I've experienced that now. It's about doing the. There's cooperation needed, and
like we said, like with the amulet powers, and then with the gems as well. There's a lot of there's a lot of tactics that you can bring to. I mean, we just dropped in and we had fun.
Yeah,
I think
you could get better.
The real fun would be getting a group of friends together and learning. Like we said, like I'll use this amulet on this map then, and I'll be the guy who sucks up. You guys shoot everyone. I'll suck up all the blue orbs, and I'll use my amulet. And you could get really organised about it, and I think that would actually be fun, and you'd do really well. Like there is obviously we're collecting money or coins whilst we're playing, and I think so there's like a scoring element, and I think you can spend that on other kind of like gems and things that you can equip during the game.
There is a little shop actually halfway through the level which I haven't included because it slowed things down a little bit, but yeah, charge my amulet now. Check out how brave I am, hiding in this little
so brave, brutal. I like that. I like this kind of like old style text that comes up, and
that's
this.
Dave who's down everywhere.
What?
It is you. I'm sorry. This is me trying to come to save you.
There's actually no kind of way we can verify that. So
I do have the other caption.
Well, you've made the video now though, so I'd like to see that. But
look at that
guy. This is quite near the
Ow.
end game now, isn't it? These are the sort of the.
What kind of a warrior is that? A nasty one.
That is some strong kind of like bamboo armour or something.
I don't know what he's got on, but I didn't like it.
Maybe it's more like
why am I not shooting the trap there? Come on, Nate. Get in the game.
And yeah, healing. That's a thing that you can do.
Yeah.
And I'm not too sure actually to what degree that is a consumable. Whether that just recharges, it's a sort of rechargeable.
I don't know. That's the first time I used it on the level, so it could well be.
Oh, you're so good. You did so well.
Well, it's because we didn't know it was a thing until they said, "Oh, are you down?"
I knew it was a thing because I was downed a couple of times.
Oh, look, there's healing potions by the chest, so I assume they're consumables.
Right.
But what's this at the end of the level?
I mean, this is the most tantalising bit, isn't it? And I was sad that it went black and white here because I knew we weren't going to get to find out.
Good E3 demo, guys.
But this is that again. This is the epitome of the like. Find out what happens in the next episode.